Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 16th, and I'm Chris Allen here at 270 weather. Weather for the 270 area code and beyond. It's going to be another fine day. Yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. It was a little breezy, a little cool, but it was gorgeous. Lots of sunshine. It was just, yeah. If it weren't for that breeze every once in a while, 20, 25, 30 miles per hour, it would have been a little more tolerable, but it was pretty doggone nice. And today is going to be as nice or maybe even a little better as we see here live from the Plano Cam. Yeah, looking outside and seeing the blue sky just like we did yesterday, sunshine. I wish I could have a different angle on this camera so I could see the sun. I'm gonna work on that. It's just the way my house is sitting. It makes it hard to see to turn it. I can't turn it far enough to the right to make it see the sunshine, but I'm gonna work on that because it would be just awesome to be able to see the sun on the Plano Cam first thing in the morning, especially this time of the year. Everything is beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Let's get to the numbers from yesterday. And you see that we reached a high of 63, 8 degrees cooler than normal. The normal is 71. And I know by the numbers you may think, and the way it felt yesterday with the wind, I know it made it feel a lot colder than that, but those are the numbers. 46 was our low temperature. And of course, no precipitation for the past 24 hours. Loving it. Here's a look at radar here at 6:45 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Nothing, nothing showing up here. And I don't expect anything to show up today. It's just going to be one of those days which we just have a lot of sunshine and enjoying the really nice spring like weather. Temperatures, here's the Kentucky Mesonet network, and as you can see, it's all over the place this morning, and that has a lot to do with the very stable air mass, the low humidity and dew points, and a lot of these numbers are different because of elevation of these individual sensors that are out there and the sun that's coming up and hitting those sensors. Like, for instance, back here in McLean, Hopkins, Christian County, you know, you guys are in the mid 40s while we're in the mid 30s at the Corvette plant and then low 40s down at the Ag Expo Center. So within a matter of miles, you can have a big temperature difference, such as 41 in Edmonton in Metcalfe County, but it's only 34 right next to the Cumberland River in Burkesville. So yeah, all over the place. That's why the different colors and the different numbers, it all has to do with that. All right. Winds, light and variable. But for the most part, our winds today will start from the west northwest and then begin to come out of the south and east. And that's because of where the high pressure center sits down to our southwest, and it's going to move east. And therefore, we're going to start to get more of a southerly wind flow. And that's really going to help us warm up in the coming days. Hardly any gusts out there. I mean, the winds are light after from what they were yesterday. Yeah, this is a big change. And an even bigger change is going to happen tomorrow because that is when a warm front begins to move in a little closer. The winds will shift direction, and we're going to go from 60s back into the 80s in short order. Here's a look at the high resolution satellite. There's Bowling Green right in the middle, Southern Kentucky right here. I mean, not a cloud in the sky. Nearest clouds are over in West Virginia. But look at all that. What I call severe clear. It's it's about as good as you can get as far as a satellite picture this morning. So the day will be totally sunny and totally awesome. A little bit more, well, a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. Here's a look at the maps, and I did change the color background here because I just wanted to have a little more contrast in it. And the map that, well, the terrain that I was using for this map uh, had so many layers that sometimes all the layers wouldn't plot. So I'm using something that's a little bit darker in the background, so there's a bit of a contrast, and you can see down here the time and the date. You couldn't see it before, and it loads faster on my computer. But anyway, here's high pressure. There's the departing disturbance out to the east. We go forward here to later this morning into the afternoon and evening. And there you see, notice the tighter lines there. That means the winds are going to pick up. Not so much today, but tomorrow. This is 7 o'clock tonight. A little weak disturbance starts to make its way in with a light shower chance. There are at least a model or two that's trying to bring in a small chance of a shower tomorrow. I noticed this last night at 10 o'clock when I was doing the weather on News 40. Uh, the models were trying to put something in here just on the backside of the high pressure system and ahead of the warm front and the overall system that is going to come in and bring us that better chance of rain on Saturday, Friday night, and Saturday. But this is early tomorrow morning, a shower chance trying to make its way in here, and there it is. So this is 7 a.m. Thursday morning, tomorrow morning. You can see mainly along that warm front is where the better setup for showers and thunderstorms, and these would be those elevated kind of showers because of the warm front causing that lift. Notice the tight lines here, so it's going to be breezy, a little breezier as we get into Thursday. Here's our big system to the west. Let's go into Thursday evening. The warm front is sitting over us, and that will essentially cut off, once it goes north of us, it will cut off the rain, but the warm breezes are still going to be here. And we're going to be in what we call that warm sector in between the warm front and the cold front. There's a little dry line there too, back in the parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, those places. But for us, it'll be about the warmer air Thursday evening. Let's go into Friday morning, and we're going to be directly in that warmest sector, setting us up with the warmer winds, the Gulf moisture, and all of that. And you can see, look at all the isobars there, the tight lines. Windy for Friday. Friday's going to be a windy day, but it's going to be warm. We're going to shoot all the way up to 80. And then here comes the cold front. And that's when we'll start to see showers and thunderstorms return Friday night into Saturday morning. And there's our front. And this lines up pretty well with that severe weather chance that already the Storm Prediction Center has uh, set us up for, which I'll show you in a moment. But notice down here into Texas and Oklahoma, this system stalls just a bit. You see that front? It starts to turn stationary. We'll call it quasi stationary because it's not not necessarily as stalled as the one last week that brought us all the heavy rain and flooding, it will stall a bit, but not as much. But that's a deep trough. And with that, we get little pieces of energy that'll ride along the front, and that keeps us a bit rainy on Saturday. So, Saturday, expect some showers and some thunderstorms. Some of those could be strong, but then look what happens with this. That trough then starts to go a little bit further north and east after digging out of Texas into Oklahoma, and that causes the front to wobble just a little bit. And it's still sort of quasi stationary. Well, that just updated on me. Let me go back here. There we go. This is Sunday morning, Easter Sunday morning. I do, and because of that front being so close to us, I'm going to have to leave in a chance of a shower Sunday morning. I know, Easter Sunday morning. And I know some of you are having Easter sunrise service that day, and appropriately so, but you may have to dodge a shower. I'm not saying it's going to rain hard, but there will be clouds and there will be showers across southern Kentucky, across the 270, the 606, the 364, the 502, and even the 859. It's going to be cloudy, maybe a little damp Sunday morning because of that front. Now, if the front should maybe retreat a little further north, then that would clear us of any kind of shower activity completely. But that's where the front is sitting right now for Sunday morning. So Monday morning, the front picks up some forward movement. The winds start to die down. We get a few showers in here Monday, and here's Tuesday with showers, a break. This is dry here back toward the Mississippi River. And then here's another low pressure system, not as strong, coming across the plains with yet another chance of rain. And notice the attachment here of the front that just came through Kentucky on Monday is trying to attach itself to this low pressure system back to the west on Tuesday. So they're all sort of connected. And so that means we may dry out for a little bit, but then it's going to try to work its way back in here. So yeah. All right. Here's a look at the severe weather threat. Now today, nothing. There's a just an ordinary garden variety general chance of a few thunderstorms back to the west over St. Louis. Here is Thursday's threat, which is trying to work some of those uh, general showers, garden variety stuff into far, far northwestern Kentucky. But the better risk is going to be out in the plains for severe weather. Let's go into Friday. Now we're starting to see things coming a little bit closer. And that's that front that I was showing you that wants to kind of stall just a little bit right over the Ohio River Valley, kind of aligned and parallel with the Ohio River. And that's where at least a category one, a level one marginal risk will be setting up from Covington, Cincinnati area to Louisville to Owensboro, the river cities. And then a level two back towards St. Louis and Effingham, Illinois, and Indianapolis, Indiana. So that's Friday. Saturday is going to be our turn, I think. But even there, They've drawn this a little different in that they're trying to account. Remember, I said if the front stalls a little bit, but if it would stall just a little bit further north, then that would cut us off of the main area of rain. There will be a tight gradient there between the rainy, stormy weather and the drier weather to the south, and that's what you're seeing here. So they're accounting for that front to be kind of laying right over Bowling Green, or close to it, and any of the nasty weather, if there's going to be nasty weather, it's going to be north. So it does take in from north of Bowling Green. Let's say it does take in Bowling Green because it does. I mean, like I've said before, weather does not follow straight lines. So it pays no attention to county lines or state lines or interstates or any of that stuff. So this is just a forecast, which means nothing is exact. And so there is that slight chance that we could get a few strong thunderstorms Saturday, uh, primarily in the afternoon and evening. Daytime heating will factor into some of this to determine just how severe they might be. But after that, as you can see, everything clears out very nicely as we get into the weekend. No more severe weather threat after Saturday that I can see. I mean, Sunday, it's way back to the west. Paducah, maybe, but nothing else. Monday, Tuesday, all clean and clear. But I know you've got plans for Easter Sunday, and if you do, then you're trying to, especially if you have an Easter sunrise service, you're trying to determine, should we do it? Should we not do it? At this point, I would go ahead and keep your plan to have an outdoor sunrise service, but I would just have a plan B. Or maybe if you do an outside Easter service, have maybe a tent, a big tent where everybody could get under for just if it starts raining. I don't think it's going to be like storming. At least that's not the way I see it right now at that hour of the morning on Sunday. But I would just have a plan B. All right. Here's a look at the blender. We go 66 to 68 today. I put 66 last night. Some of the models have come in just a little bit warmer for today and tomorrow, too. Now it looks like they're showing 71. All the models coming in. I went with 68 for Thursday. So it's a little bit of a warmer bias with some of the models as they have come in. And then you see those 80s for Friday and Saturday. Now this is when the warm air really starts to pump in from the south and the moisture starts to come in too, because Friday evening, we'll have showers and a few thunderstorms, and Saturday looks to be the day that we have some of the better coverage of rain and thunderstorms. And it will be breezy both Friday and Saturday. Then we go Sunday. There's Easter Sunday, near 80, depending on how much cloud cover and how much shower activity we'll have. So at least it's going to be warm for Easter. Monday we go, and this is where the models really start to diverge or part. It's because of that wobbly front. And so this is accounting for most of the models are saying we're going to be on the cooler side of the front. So 71. But see, what did I have last night? 71, 2, 72. Yeah. So it's just trying to determine if we're going to be on the north side of the front or the south side of the front. But then look what happens after this. All next week into next weekend, 70s every single day. We're not going to see these chilly spells like we have seen lately, which is certainly some good news because it's, as you know, it's chilly this morning. So yeah, some of you starting out in the 30s, some of you in the 40s. So it's going to shake out. It's going to really, as you can see right here, it's going to warm up. So 66 today, that's a few degrees warmer than it was yesterday. We'll go 45 tonight, then 68 tomorrow. And I may, when I come in later this afternoon, I may have to bump some of these numbers up a few degrees just based on the warmer bias that we're seeing in the blend of models. Then you see 80 on Friday, Good Friday, with a shower and thunderstorm chance in the afternoon and evening. Saturday will be kind of off and on, scattered showers and thunderstorms as the front slows down, 77 to 80, we'll say. There's Easter. Easter Sunday, going with 78 for now. That may change depending on how that front, whether we're going to be on the north side, the cooler side of the front, or south side, or the warmer side of the front, could change that temperature a little bit. And showers, yes, Sunday morning, Easter Sunday morning. I think there will be some around. 76 Monday, showers, 75 Tuesday, showers. Hmm, yeah. But as you know, showers make the flowers grow. Yes, they do. And oh, look at this. Just as I said that, this just happens to pop in. Surprise, surprise. Uh, the 26th annual Herb Festival, which is going to start next Wednesday and run through Saturday, May 3rd. You know what day that is? That's Derby Day. Oh, yeah. So for 12 straight days, 9 to 6 daily, under the big tent, 901 Lehman Avenue, here in Bowling Green. Hundreds, dare I say thousands, of herbs, perennials, heirlooms, garden vegetables, things for birds, bird feeders, bird baths, ready to take home container gardens. If you're one of those that's like, I don't know what to do, there will be people there under that big tent that will say, look, here's what you do. We'll show you how to plant these, how to water them, how to feed them, how to take care of them. The experts will be there from the Wild Bird and Nature Store and the Plant Lady. So you've got Jerry, Jeff D, and Yvonne, all those great folks um, that are going to be there to show you how to do all of this. It's going to be a big event, rain or shine, 12 days in a row. If you go down Lehman Avenue during those 12 days, starting next Wednesday, you're going to see this huge tent that's set up right there in front of the Wild Bird and Nature Store. And that's where all of this is going to take place. So you get to come on out and get some nice plants, vegetables, even stuff for the birds, bird feeders, and things like that. They're going to do now. There is, as you see in that circle down there toward the bottom, cash or check only, please. So they're not going to do credit cards. That would, of course, there has to be a surcharge if you use a credit card. So they're going to try to save you some money, cash or check only, for those 12 days. Kentucky grown, all of it. 26th annual Herb Festival starting next Wednesday, going through Saturday, May 3rd, Derby Day, 9 to 6 each day under the big tent. All right. You guys have yourselves a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you tonight on News 40 at 5, 6, and 10 the meantime, thanks for watching and God bless.